Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Coach D, man. Welcome to Real Talk Tuesday, where we like to just shoot you straight, man. No fluff, no sugarcoat. We're going to give it to you like a TI is. And I tell you what, man, I got a special guest today, man. I'm looking forward to bringing him online, man, so you can get a feel for this phenomenal leader. But before I do that, I want you to think about this for a moment. Is the glass half full or is it half empty? Like if you saw a glass that had water that came to the halfway point, would you see it as being half full or would you see it as being half empty? Yeah. Today we talking about the way you look at things, man. And I would bet, if I was a betting man, I would bet that you would probably say, man, I see it as being half full. There's gonna be some to say, man, I'll bump that, bro. Like I see it being half empty. Like maybe they thirsty. You know what I mean? There's not enough water in there. But maybe they're looking at it from a place of scarcity, from lack. And they're like, man, no, I really wish there was more. But let me suggest this to you. What if you had looked at it as not being half full, not even being half empty? But you see it nonetheless as an opportunity that you're grateful for. That's something to think about. And so as we get into this episode of Real Talk Tuesday, I want to start by saying this. It's a setup, man. And it's been a setup the whole time. I know you looking at it like, nah, what you mean, Coach D? Like I got cut from the team. What you mean it's a setup, bro? Yes, it's a setup, all right. Like people don't want to see me, they don't want to see me do good. They don't want to see me chase my dreams. It's a setup. No, I ain't talking about that kind of setup. I'm saying it's a setup for an even greater comeback, man. That setback is a setup for an even greater comeback. That's what I'm talking about. But she broke my heart, Coach D. Like, what you talking, man? You mean a setup? Like how is that a setup if you get your heart broken by the one you gave your all to? It's still a setup, bro. I'm telling you, man, it's a setup for a greater comeback. But perspective is everything. And that's the thing we're talking about today, man. Perspective is everything. There's a quote. The quote says, the way you see them is the way you treat them. The way you treat them is what they become. The way you see them is the way you treat them. The way you treat them is what they become. And I just got to thinking about that quote for a moment. And for y'all already know, like a lot of the work I do, I'm in the trenches, man. I'm dealing with a lot of these young kings who have been locked up, been arrested. They made mistakes, you know. Some been lied on, and that's the reason why they locked up. But some actually, like, legitimately, like they brought it on themselves, right, to be locked up. But nonetheless, as I'm dealing with these young kings, I realized that a lot of them are in that position, man, where if they can just switch the way they look at things, the things that they're looking at will begin to change. Man, I'm locked up. I hate this, man. Like this sucks. Like I want to get up out of here, blah, 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 blah. Instead of saying, you know what? It's actually a good opportunity for me. I get to slow down. I get to be separated from the negative influences, right? I get to get my head on straight right now. I get to rethink my next moves when I get out of here. I don't want to end up back in here in the worst place. I get to rethink now. I get to rebuild. That's perspective. And we're talking about making that change, man. That change from, is it half full? Is it half empty? So you know what, man, I just appreciate the opportunity. Cause I'm about to lick this thing up, man. Every ounce of this opportunity I have, I'm about to take advantage of. And so, yeah, perspective. That's it. Before I go on, I want to say this, man, for those who are tuning in for the first time to Real Talk Tuesday, please make sure that you go ahead, you subscribe to this channel. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and like this video. But more importantly, turn on your notifications, man. Make sure that you don't miss another Real Talk Tuesday from here on out. Every Tuesday, 8:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. We going in, we going deep, we keeping it real. And this is for your betterment, young king. For those that got a brother that you know that should be on this call, you got a teammate, classmate, whoever, man, kinfolk, friends, homeboys, man, get them on this live right now, man. Get them on here. All right. So without further ado, let me go ahead and jump into this thing, man. There's a young man that I keep talking about. I'm gonna bring him up one more time for you. And for me, when I look at this young man right here, man, I see so much potential. So much potential when I see him. And for those that know who I'm talking about, this right here is Michael Beasley. All right, Michael Beasley. He was actually on. He was on the Pivot. So I don't know if you guys have seen the podcast, The Pivots, but he was on the Pivot. I want you to see what Michael Beasley was talking about. All right, on the Pivot. Now I will say this before I jump on, or before I play this, that some of this language you're gonna hear is not language that I subscribe to, but I don't want you to be turned off. Like, I want you to really listen to what's being said, listen to the message, and don't be judging a book by its cover. All right. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about, like, for real. Don't be judging the book by its cover. All right, let me do this. Let me go ahead and play this thing. All right, here we go.
Or your kids. Now that you are an adult, now
let me run it back.
The only people in your life who haven't stolen from you are your kids. Now that you are an adult, now that at least right now you're out of basketball, are you searching out other people to build adult relationships with, or are you or is everything that's happened in your life been so difficult?
I don't leave the house. I play basketball and I go home. I don't care what y'all do to me. Like, all I care about is playing basketball all day. I go home and I try to talk to my kids as much as I can. I don't see them as much as I can because I'm not traveling as much no more. I don't know what to expect when I leave this house no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I reached out and I reached out and I reached out and I reached out and I reached out so more that I gotta die with some kind of.
Like, you too young, bro. That's not sustainable, bro. You can still play ball. So that's not sustainable.
So I can come up. I can tell you somebody's life, and I'm gonna turn my head back, but I'm gonna put a smile on you, and I'm like, bro,
you don't gotta put nothing on for me.
Or I can just sit back and I'm gonna tell you what it is. Like, I'm not. I know that's not sustainable, but at the same time, like what?
Please, none of us can do it. None of us can do it alone, bro.
Reach out.
Go out.
You
Go
out. Talk to people. Interact with people. Like, bro, real talk. I'll call us out. Us three. Bro, you be in Miami?
Yeah. Party. I don't party, bro.
No. We don't party, bro. I'm talking about you have kids. I have kids. Come to my house. Get some wine. Hang out. Like, bro, that's not a normal, successful man's life to sit up in the house like that. Like, you got to find good people, and us three can be good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's not, that's not sustainable,
no disrespect to what y'all got going on. I've been.
All right, let me pause this for a moment, man. I'm gonna get right back into it. Hear what Michael Beasley's saying. He's saying, man, I done been through so much that I just got into a place where I've secluded myself. I've isolated myself from everybody else. Like, man, I may see my kids, but truth of the matter, man, I don't even see them like that because I ain't really moving around like that. Listen to me, young king. That's an issue when you get to the point where life has been lifing so much that you decide to go into your shell and say, you know what, I'm done with the world. I ain't really trying to do that. The only thing I'm going to do is that thing that I'm very passionate about. But the people that I really care about, I'm going to be there if I can. If I can't, I can't. The people that's reaching out to me that want to help me, I ain't going to really accept their help. I'm going to be that lone wolf. I can't say this enough, man. You keep trying to be that lone wolf, bro, you're going to end up starving, man. You're going to end up starving. They call them a pack for a reason, right? Like, you're supposed to be with a pack, man, with a pack. A lone wolf, there may be times where you have to be alone. I get it. But when you make it your norm, Houston, we got problems, bro. We got problems. And I really want you to pay attention to what this man is saying. Michael Beasley is a beast when it comes to balling. He's a beast. I keep saying that. When he was homeless, I shared that clip 3 episodes ago. When he was homeless, he was sleeping in his car. Man didn't have a phone to his name. That was in his girl's name, his baby mama's name, right? He didn't have a car in his name, right? Like even the car that he was sleeping in didn't belong to him. He didn't have a place to stay, and yet he was going harder than anybody else on the team. Like I'm talking about in practice, I mean, he killing everybody. In game time situation, he killing everybody. But he was still dying alone when it came to his personal life. And he's like, man, I tried to reach out, and I want you to listen to the rest of it, but I just want you to hear that part right there in terms of isolation. Too many of us, I've done it. I ain't gonna sit here and hold you. I'm talking as a grown man, having wife, having 5 kids. I've done it. I've done it to where I'm like, man, let me push myself away from everybody else, because I started coming up with different things in my head as far as what ways to justify why I'm making this decision to isolate myself. I would say things like, man, I don't really want to be no burden to nobody. Man, I don't really want to put my business out there like that. I don't want people judging me. Man, people don't think I'm weak or da. I'm thinking this. And I know I ain't the only one. I know I'm not the only one, man. And Michael Beasley, of course, he's thinking that same thing. And I'm telling you, that's the wrong way to go, young king. All right, but listen to the rest of this, and I'm about to bring on my guest. All right, here we go.
Trying to find good people for so long. I'm tired, bro.
I would say this. It's a 100%, bro. It's so okay to be tired.
Like, I got, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't got nothing left. You ain't got nothing left to give.
I'll tell you this, bro. I'll be it. Like whatever you need, dog. Like you just want to talk. Like I for sure can't hoop with you. I'll go out there and pass that hole. Like what we're saying is, bro, like we want to be those people. Bringing you here wasn't about this. I wanted to talk basketball and hoops. But dog, folks love you, dog. Nobody want to see you go through this.
I got me a Beasley jersey at the mother house because I was down here when he got drafted.
I think the thing is, man, like so many times as black men, we are asked because of talent to carry everybody. We are not made to carry everybody. Black women are asked to carry everybody. They are not made to carry everybody. Dog, it takes a fucking village, bro. And at some point, you gotta have somebody who don't need from you, who don't want from you, who want to see you win, man. Like we don't do this for us. Yeah, like you want to build these things, but it's about these conversations. It's about bringing people on here and letting them tell their story. When Freddie said, man, you can tell your narrative, tell that shit and I'll preach it too. What we saying is, man, don't give up and we won't give up.
I can't say I know exactly what you're going through, but I've seen a lot of.
I just want to pause it again, man. Listen, like, don't listen with your ears, listen with your eyes. Like if you see what my man is doing, Michael Beasley, as RC is talking to him, he said, man, we just want to love on you, bro. Like, we just want to be there for you. Like, we don't want nothing from you, man. We just want to see you do well. You see my man, he starts to drop his head. And then Michael Beasley starts to wipe the tears from his face. And what that tells me is that he really does want that. Like, he really does. But for so long, he's been having to thug it out, right? He's been having to tough it out. He's been having to put on this mask like, no, I'm straight, I'm good. At least that's what he's been led to believe. And I'm telling you, man, listen to me. The things that happen to us are not just happening to us. They really are happening for us. Like there's a benefit, no matter how hellacious the thing is that we're going through, no matter how difficult or how unfair or whatever you may want to call it, no matter how bad it is, that there's still some good that's supposed to come from that thing that we're dealing with. Maybe it's maturity. Maybe it's me identifying, okay, who the real ones are in my life. Maybe it's me picking up some type of nugget of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I bet I know what to do next time. I got it. Cool. Maybe it's for me to discover more about who I am in the process. I don't know what it is, But what I do know is whatever that negative thing is, it still works out for your good if you allow it to. But you got to see it that way. Remember, I told you the quote says, the way you see it, the way you see them is the way you treat them. And the way you treat them is what they become. So for a lot of the young people I work with, like I said, a lot of them, they getting locked up, right? They getting in trouble with the law. They whatever. And society is looking at them in a certain kind of way. Are you a knucklehead? Are you a thug? Oh, are you one of them? Right? I'm like, bruh, stop treating them like, stop looking at them that way, because you're gonna start to treat them that way. And when you treat them that way, you know what? Eventually, you keep calling me a dog, I'm gonna start barking. And I ain't gonna just bark, I'm about to attack your tail, right? Like they be on that. And so we have to be careful at the way we see things, at the way we see people, but also the way we see things. The stuff that we go through, the circumstance, the tests, the trials, whatever you want to call them, the things that we go through, we have to see them in a certain kind of way and stop looking at them the same old way. So for Michael Beasley, man, I told you this before, bro. I hope you are listening. And if somebody that knows Michael Beasley, man, I mean, get this to him, because I want to say this to you. Mike, I got a whole lot of love for you, bro. Like, I know your business is out there and people, they ain't seeing it. They seeing it, people judging. But I'm telling you, man, if I can be of service to you, I want to be there, because I really believe, man, in your heart, bro, like you really do want to make a difference in this world, that you really do want to be at peace, that you really do want to be remembered as someone that, man, that really cared about people. And so if there's anything I can do to help, man, I'm definitely going to do that. But I'm going to continue to pray for you. That's for sure. That's for sure, bro. All right. But with all that being said, y'all, I want you to pay attention to how he had broke down. It tells me again that he really does need this. He really does want it. He's just not sure how to receive it, because he's reached out before and people have disappointed. That's just keeping it real. Like, people have straight up disappointed and they let him down when he was vulnerable. When he did ask for help and he was at his weakest, they were like, I don't know, bro. Maybe next time, not right now. I gotta go spend time with my kids. I want to spend time with my own kids, he probably saying. I'm about to grab something. I want something to eat too, right? So anyhow, I'm gonna get off my soapbox, man, but I gotta bring up my guest real quick. Hey, what up, y'all? I just want to say what's up to everybody, man. Yep, I see you, Tamina. Yep, what up, fam? Yep. C-Dot, what's good? What's good? Yep, we gotta take off that mask. Real talk, man. Real talk. Yep, I see you, Jason. Yep. Hey, without further ado, man, let me bring up a good brother of mine, man. Good brother of mine. This man, like, he grew up experiencing, all these different at-risk factors, if you will. He grew up hanging around a certain crew, that had the negative influences, but somehow he made it. He was able to fly under the radar, if you will, and not get caught up like other people around him may have got caught up. And then he went on. He had the nerve to go serve our country, y'all. And not just for one stint. My man went 25 years of serving our country in the United States Army. Y'all know I'm a Marine. All right. So when I say Army, like, I gotta make sure I say it with a smile, right? No, it's all love, bro, because you served, man. I really appreciate you. No, but U.S. Army for sure, 25 years. He's a behavior specialist, man. Like, if you that person that say, hey, I need to modify behavior for my kids, this is the person you want to call, right? This is the person you want to call for sure. But he's also a speaker, man, a motivational speaker. And I want to bring up for my viewers, my dear brother, Darrick Lamar.
Oh man, listen, I feel like, look, that bring up right there. This is the kind of bring up that Steve Harvey and them was talking about on the Kings of Comedy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I appreciate your kind words, brother, man.
Really?
Yeah, that was pretty big, man. I kind of want to go back and let you do it again.
All right, I feel you.
Thanks for having me.
We'll have another opportunity to do that, man. We'll run it back. But let me throw this at you, man. So you just watched the video with Michael Beasley. Tell me some things that stood out to you, man. Like, what were you noticing as you were watching the video?
First word that came to my mind was broken and
Broken.
unseen. Like to be in a space where you hurting like that and feel like it ain't nothing you can do, it ain't nobody you can call, you 100% in isolation,
Yeah.
and you done did all you can do.
Yeah.
Like the strangest thing about it is, yeah, low key, I felt like that before. I definitely felt like that before.
Yeah.
Life be life, man, and
Yeah.
I felt every drop of that pain he was displaying, man. So yeah.
Yep. Yep. For sure, man. So I know we were talking about, some of your experience, growing up. I want to take the viewers back and let them get a better understanding as far as things that you had experienced. And I really want to keep it where it's in line with what we're talking about in terms of the experience of maybe feeling, for lack of better words, abandoned, neglected, or underserved. Tell us a little bit about your experience, man, as you were growing up as a young king. Give us an example of that, man. How did that show up?
Hey, the first example of abandonment would be that I have never met my father, my dad, that guy, that dude. You know what I'm saying? I never met him.
Yeah.
Our eyes never met. I don't know what his voice sounds like. So that leaves a kind of a hollow space in me because it's a part of me that I might know, but I don't identify. It might be some things that I will never know about myself because I never met that guy. So that's the first example of abandonment that I would say that but as far as being unseen, like I had to play the position where I kind of faded into the background or faded into the environment and disappeared, not to draw a lot of attention to myself. I'll give you an example. So here's me.
All right.
I'm the only child. I don't got a big brother. I ain't got a big sister. I ain't got a little sister, little brother. Nothing. It's me. So, in the hood, things happen. An altercation can happen in a second. Who I got?
Right.
Nobody. I got to get it in. And if I lose, I just lose. So I avoided a lot of conflict and faded into the environment to be unseen, so I ain't had to face that stuff like that. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
That's just two quick examples.
Gotcha. Yeah. Let me go back to the dad, because I think that comes a point in time when a young king like really feels that that need for his dad. Like I just yesterday, man, I got 3 sons and I got 2 daughters, man, and my boy's in the middle. And my middle son, man, we just took him off to college, man. And he had said something to me. I said, son, is there anything else you need from me? He said, Daddy, man, if you y'all can just keep checking in on me. He said, because I really do need that. I really do want it. He said, even though I don't act like it. And I remember as we got ready to leave, man, he had went to give me a hug. Instead of just dapping it up and hugging it up, man, he gave me both arms. He hugged me. I was like, I held him, for a couple of seconds. I got ready to release, and I saw that he held on even tighter. I was like, this young man, he 18, man, 18 years old, but yet he's like, no, like, Daddy, like, I really do need you. And so there comes a point in time where that need is like, it's undeniable. I don't care how much we try to pretend like we don't, like, we really do need Dad. So how did you switch that, man? Like, how did you shift that perspective, like from saying, all right, man, I never laid eyes on him. I don't know what his voice sounds like, but how did you shift that perspective to even though I don't have my biological dad, like I can still be, you know, I can still be that great father. I can still be, you know, successful, even though I don't have that connection. Like make that shift, man.
Yeah. So first, let me paint this picture for you. I'm from Newport News, Virginia. I'm from a place where they call the Bottom. You know, it's downtown, the Bottom. The thing that kind of identifies Newport News is the streets is number streets, right? And I would say in an area of, and when I say these blocks, I'm talking about streets, right? So if we say 43 blocks, 43 streets, 43rd Street by 12, and I can probably name on two hands how many people I know that had both of their parents in their life. So for me not to have my dad, it really wasn't a big deal because a whole lot of people didn't have their dad around. You know what I mean? So I can honestly say I was numb to it till I was older, till I really realized what I was missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I get it, man.
In my adult years, what helped was the military. You know what I'm saying? I got men in my life that's really like focused, and they got things going on. They got families, and I'm seeing how they moving. So I just pick up little things here and there. And I said in a speech one time, the best gift that my dad gave me was he gave me a pattern, a blueprint of what not to do. So I knew for my kids, I wanted to be everything that my dad wasn't. Present.
Yeah. That's good,
So
man.
that's
good. So you end up taking that void. You took that example that he has set, and you flipped it and said, I know I may not know exactly what to do as a father, but I know what not to do. And I'm gonna start by doing the opposite.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I feel that. That's good, man. That's good. I know for me, I've shared this for some people, man. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we all kind of go through different types of pain, right? And you have to make a decision.
Yeah.
Are you gonna let the pain hurt you, or are you gonna let that pain fuel you? And I just poured it in, man, and took it up. Everybody don't have that response, but it's just a decision. Yeah.
Yeah, real talk, man. So as I was saying, man, for me, I had an experience with my pops where I found out that the guy that raised me, that I was named after, Darryl Sr., really turned out not to even be my biological father, man. And I didn't meet my biological father until I had went to his funeral, right? And that's where I saw him for the first time, at his funeral. And I found out again that was my biological father not too long before that, man. So I saw from my dad, the one that raised me, the one I'm named after, I saw a lot of good things looking back, like in the rear view mirror, man. I got to see, okay, hold on. That was my biological dad, but he still took me in like I was his. He gave me his name. You know, he fought for me, even though he had a whole lot of flaws. My dad had fought for me, and he showed me, if nothing else, how to fight to be there for your kids. My dad was real abusive, man. He had a temperament problem, and so he would lose his temper and he would abuse the women that was in his life. My mom being one of his girlfriends that lived with us and all that. And that's really how he ended up losing his life when I was 14. But long story short, I saw, even with the flaws, I still saw examples on what I can do. But like you, with those flaws, I can see him not be emotionally connected to me, my little brother. And I can see him not, those times when we say I love you, and he wouldn't say I love you back. And I would always say, man, once I get my kids, I'm going to do exactly what my daddy is not doing for us that I want him to do. I want him to hug on me, man. I want him to tell me I love you. I want him to see really how am I doing, right? Don't just provide for me, but be connected with me. And so So I'm right there with you, bro. I'm right there, man. But that's the shift that we're talking about. See, so many of us, we look at, well, dang, man, this sucks. I hate this. I wish this was better. And man, da 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 da. And when we complaining about all these different things that we're experiencing, but if we just take a shift in our perspective and say, all right, hold on, what can I gain from this? What can I gain from my dad not being here? What can I gain from my dad not being the man that I need for him to be, being the father that I need for him to be? What can I gain from this? What can I gain from being cut from the team? What can I gain from that heartbreak that my girl just caused me? What can I gain from it? And I think that's the biggest thing. So when you talk about allowing that pain to fuel you instead of just to hurt you, I think that's huge, man. That's huge. But the way that we do that is by asking that question, what can I gain from this? Yeah, it's painful. Yeah. That pain got to subside at one point, man. It has to subside. It's either you tap out first or the pain taps out first. That's the only way. That's the only thing. Those are only two options right now. Either you tap out first or the pain taps out first. My challenge to you, young kings, to make sure that you don't tap out first. For real. Turn that pain, man, into fuel.
And you see, that made me think about something else too. Look, I'm much older now. In hindsight 2020, here's the biggest question. Was him not being in my life could have been the whole blessing, because I don't know what kind of person he is or was. You know what I'm saying? He could have been abusive. He could have been an alcoholic. He could have been on drugs. He could have been not emotionally connected. He could have been a whole lot of things that needed to be disconnected from me anyway. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it happened. It is what it is. I count it all a blessing. Because without that peace, I would not be who I am right now. So, yeah.
Yeah. Real talk, man. That's good. That's good, bro. I'm going to hit you with another question, man. So, as far as your fatherhood, like, how does that look, man? Like, how many kids does Darrick have? And what has that journey been like? What has that journey been like? You know, just I guess briefly, like, tell me, like, what has that been like?
Man, so me and my wife of 6 years are a blended family. We're a blended family. So we both have kids from a previous marriage, right? Now, from my previous marriage, I have 3 men and a daughter. Look, I'm always call her my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say a girl and a daughter. You know what I mean? Just a daddy-daughter thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I bring to the table. Then my wife, now I have 3 additional daughters. So we're talking 7. Okay, 7. A guy that wasn't raised by a father is now a father of 7. And here's the thing. You ready for this part?
Yeah, what's up?
3 boys and a daughter. Only one of them is my biological.
Wow.
So we're talking about 1 out of 7 is my biological. So I raised some kids that absolutely were not mine. I knew they weren't mine, and I went with it.
Yeah.
And I was there for them to be, again, to do what my dad didn't do. I was present. Yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah, man.
That's good. I love it. I love it, man. Yeah, that's what's up. So let me transition just a little, man. Last week, the word for us was conviction. And I talked about how many people would say, hey, you got to have a why, and your why has to be big. And as long as you got that why, like you good, like that why is gonna get you through. And I'm like, okay, that's cool to have a big why that's necessary. But the word that I had emphasized was conviction, because you can have a big reason as to why you got to do a thing, but in the absence of conviction, that why don't really mean nothing. You know what I mean? It's not going to drive you. It's the conviction. Like, man, I don't care how many licks I take, how many bad cards I'm dealt in life. Like, I'm still, the conviction says I got a responsibility to leave this world better than the way I found it. I have a responsibility to make sure that I leave my mark on this world, right? And so conviction, when we think about conviction and we think about the topic this week, which is perspective, I just want to take some time right now to see in your own words, tell me, like, what does conviction paired with perspective look like? Like, what, give me an example of maybe as a father, or maybe as your time in the army, like where conviction and perspective was paired up and it made a huge difference in your life. Like, can you give me an example?
Man, I'm gonna pull one. I mean, because I'm sure it's plenty. Before I dive into it, though,
Yeah,
it's funny that you said, man, conviction. Okay, so when I look at the word why, like people say your why, you need to have a big why. I broke that down, though. Again, I go
Right.
back to the pain, right? Because your why don't necessarily have to be happy. A lot of times it will be the pain.
right.
So I broke that down to what
Yeah,
hurt you, which is really the conviction.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, if it ain't gonna break you not to do a thing, why are you doing it?
yeah,
Like, if you don't get it accomplished, it's got to really, really hurt, right? That's that conviction. Like, man, it's an inner ache, an internal aching to get it done. And that's a different kind of work. That's a different kind of pain. Like when you got a mental pain, a physical pain, okay. But that conviction is like your soul. Your soul is aching. So here's my example for perspective and conviction. Okay. I'm gonna always go to the battleground first because that's where I spent most of my life. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about half of my adult life. I was a soldier. So when you're standing, it's one thing to be in training and you're standing shoulder to shoulder with these guys and women, and you know you're training to serve and move forward together. But when it's real world, when it's hot and them things is flying, and it's them or me, it's them or us, you living off of conviction. Like, it's gotta happen or we ain't gonna make it. You don't want to see your brother or sister fall at all. So you're gonna be on point. You moving completely different. The other part of that, though, is you can only move based on your perception of the situation. Do you have a vantage point on the enemy? Or are they at the 6 o'clock, they at the 3? Like, what's your perception of what's going on? Okay, we got hit by IED. We got to do our wishbone formation with the vehicles. I hope I ain't getting too military jargon here or whatever, but we got to do our wishbone formation with the vehicles. We got to get out. We got to set a perimeter. We got to lay down fire.
Yeah.
And we got to get up out of here. But you got to assess the situation. Hold on a second. Man, see, right now, they trying to take me out. Trying to take me out because I got a good word. So you got to assess the situation.
I see it, man. I see it.
And it's
Charlie trying to get you.
Man, hey, though. And it's your perspective that's going to allow you to move into that conviction a particular way. Yeah. So I had to lean heavily into, I don't want to die right here. And I don't want to see nobody I'm with die right here. So let me get it. And let me get focused and let me do what I was trained to do. As a matter of fact, if you slip and let me tap you on your head, hey, let's get right. Or so maybe somebody got to tap me to get right. But we got to lean further than why we out here on this mission.
it goes all the way to the conviction based on the perspective. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. I'm gonna drink
Yeah,
some water
absolutely,
right
man.
quick.
Absolutely. No, do that, man. Do that. And while you do that, man, like I'm really just thinking about this particular quote, where the head goes, the body follows, man. And again, we see the thing in that moment, you're thinking about not just you surviving, but you're thinking about your soldiers, you know, surviving with you. And so your thing is you're paying attention to the situation so that everybody can benefit, you know, everybody that you're responsible for. And I think that's the same thing. Like when we talk to these young kings, man, young king, listen to me. Sometimes in the heat of battle, like the things we're going through in the heat of the moment, you can find yourself in a situation where you're like, man, I'm about to make this move right here, but you only being selfish in making your move. You're not thinking about the next one. Listen to me and listen to me good. I shared with you guys before about how at the age of 14, y'all, I'm 14 years old. My dad dies in my arms. And when he dies in my arms, all I want to do is retaliate. I just want to take the lady out that just took my daddy out. But when I was down on my knees, got ready to roll my dad's lifeless body off my lap, I look on my left shoulder and I see my little brother Quincy. And in that moment, it was a game change because I couldn't just think about DJ, Darryl Jr. in the moment. I had to think about the other people around me that was counting on what that was going to be impacted by the decision I was about to make. And so I thought just in a split second, like Darrick is talking about when he was on the battlefield, in a split second, I'm thinking about other people. I'm like, man, if I make the move I want to make, it's a good chance that Quincy, my little brother, can lose the two most important people in his life in the same night. And is that fair to Q? It's not. Some of y'all, you making moves right now that it only makes you feel good in the moment, but I need you to switch your perspective that this move that I'm about to make, this decision I'm about to make, listen, it has to be bigger than me. If I'm only thinking about me, I'm right here, and I'm not thinking about the people around me that I'm impacting, then I need to switch that up. And so I need you now to say, okay, when I make this move, how is this going to impact mama? How is this going to impact daddy? How is it going to impact siblings? How is this going to impact my girl? How is it going to impact the team? How does it impact the coach, the program, the school, right? How does it impact my dreams? Like, hear what I'm saying. Some of you right here. I need you to think bigger than that, man. I need you to switch up your perspective for real, young king, because you're meant to make a difference, man, that nobody else can make. But if you stay with that myopic, that narrow view, you're going to find yourself making decisions that's going to limit your potential and limit your impact. If nothing else, even more than that, what it's going to do is going to actually cause more harm and more pain for other people than you intended. Listen to me, man. Switch your perspective for sure. For me, bro, I want to do this real quick, Darrick, and I appreciate you sharing that, man. I really do. I want you to look at this question right here. If you had to say anything to the young kings, to the young kings that are watching this, and maybe the young king's in a place right now where he's like, man, I don't know, bro. Like I've been trying to do me, like Michael Beasley was. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been trying to, you know, do right by people, and I've been trying to reach out for help, but man, I just feel like it's just me. What would be your advice to that young man who feels like he's all by himself, and that I don't know if I can really rely on people, man? What would be your advice?
Man, honestly, like my first question would have to be God, man. I need to know where you at from a faith perspective, because you can't believe in yourself. You can't believe in the people around you. You got to believe in something much, much bigger. And if you can find enough belief in you to believe that it's better for your life, that it's better for, like, your life wasn't intended to be in this space where no one's around, no one's here to help you, no, like you are 1,000% alone in this world, for billions of people in this world, and you feel like you alone, then your perspective is skewed, completely skewed. My challenge to him will probably be this: open your eyes, and the person that you need, to lean on the most is right in your face, and you looking beyond them, because it don't look exactly how you think it should be. It don't look exactly how, like, it's a teacher that's trying to get through to you right now, but you keep blowing her off or blowing him off. You know what I'm saying? It's a coach in your life that talk to you, and you think that coach just getting on you because, you know what I'm saying, you messed up on a play. No, getting on you because he know the potential of you that you don't see in yourself.
Yeah.
I think the person that they're looking for support or to lean on or to help them through this process is right in their face, and they choosing to put the scales over the eye and not see and reach out. Just reach. A little bit of reach don't make you soft. A strong man will reach for help and get exactly what he needs. Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. Hey, again, Young King, listen to it, man. Like, you got people right there. They want to see you win for real. They may not show up the way that you expect them to show up. But if you just take a step back, like, man, who really do care for me? Man, you got enough, like, you have the ability to be at a peak game. Like, you know, okay, who's real, who's fake. Like, just take a step back for a minute. And when you take a step back for a minute, I want you now to remove the emotions for a moment, and then begin to see, okay, who's real, who's not. So now I appreciate it, bro, for real. Like you got them there. No man is built to be alone. No man, woman, boy, girl is what I'm talking about. No human being is built to be alone. There's times where you do want to spend time alone, but nah, you ain't meant to do it on your own for sure. Man, I wanna hit them with the King's Toolbox, man, and then the King's Toolbox is nothing more than practical ways and strategies where they can take what we're talking about and make it real in their life, right? So I want to give them just a couple of tools, and then we about to wrap this up, man. I want you to share with the audience how we can connect with you and so on and so forth once I finish with this. But right now, Young King, I want you to think about this. When it comes down to the King's Toolbox, man, we're talking perspective again. So when I say perspective, I'm asking you, how can we get the right perspective, right? I'm gonna give you just 2 ways right now. Typically I do 4, but I'm gonna give you 2 for the sake of time. I want you to think about this first one, man. We've been talking about it. I need you to reframe your setbacks. I know you're thinking, okay, I didn't ask for this. You're right. You didn't ask for it, but it's still something that's necessary. And that's why you're experiencing it. It's necessary. But when I say reframe your setback, remember what I asked earlier? I said, hey, if I had showed you a glass that had water that went halfway, do you see it as being half full or half empty? And I asked you, hey, how about this? Instead of seeing it neither one of those ways, but just being grateful for the opportunity. I want you to be grateful. I know it may sound weird. Be grateful for a setback, Coach D? What do you mean? No. I'm not talking about the setback. I'm saying what the setback can produce. I need you to be grateful for the opportunity that it can produce. When I think about that moment when I lost my dad, I was grateful for the opportunity to be able to make good on my promise to my brother that I made to him just early that night. I said, bro, I got you. Anything goes down, I got you, bro. And I'm grateful that in that moment, I actually considered that promise that I made to him, and I was able to make good on it. I just need you to be grateful for what can come about from the setbacks. Okay, you went all the way to the Elite 8 and you got kicked out. I get it. That's frustrating. And that was your senior year. I get you. But what can you gain from this? right? What can you gain from it? And that's the way I want you to be thinking about it. So don't ask the question, why me, when you're going through the setbacks. Instead, I want you to ask this question. What can this teach me? What can I gain from this? Ask those questions. What can this teach me? What can I gain from this? That's how I want you to look at that. So we got to reframe the setbacks. All right, reframe it. All right, the second thing I want you to think about is this. Focus on the process, not the pain. Focus on the process and not the pain. Oftentimes when we going through the stuff, man, like I say, it's emotions. We get emotionally charged. And now we like, man, I hate this. And we all frustrated. We pissed off and we mad at the world. Remove the feelings. Divorce yourself from the feelings, right? And I want you now to focus on the process and not the pain. I'm not saying that the pain isn't there and that you don't feel it. Yeah, feel the pain. But I'm saying put more energy and more attention towards the process and not the pain. So what does that look like? That's saying, okay, even though I may be hurt, even though I may be pissed off, I just got to figure out how to push through this thing. And so how do I focus on the process? I now begin to look at the bigger goal. I'm looking at what that dream is, what that vision is, what the end goal is. I'm saying, all right, well, this right here that I'm going through, it's pain, but it's the part of the process. I'm going to push through it. I'm going to go through the process. If that means me sitting down and me trying to process my feelings, if that means me, saying, hey, coach, can I holler at you real quick? I need some help. Hey, daddy, like for real, like you hurt me, but I just want to have a real talk with you, man to man. Like go through the process. All right. So prioritize the process, man. Focus on the process and not the pain. All right. Those are the two things I want you to focus on. Hey, with all that being said, though, I want to turn it back to you, Darrick, man. Again, I appreciate you being here, bro. I really do. But as we get ready to head out, I want you to leave any parting words that you may have for the viewers, and then tell them how can we get a hold of you, man? If people want to get some more of that wisdom, they want to hear some more of them war stories or whatever it may be. How can they get a hold of Darrick Lamar? And then also tell us what if you got a book or anything that we can check out, man.
All right, cool, man. So I think you really touched on some real vital points there in that toolbox, man. And if I can leave the young kings with anything tonight, my word would probably be this: 85% of what happens to you in life is based on how you respond to it. Notice I didn't say how you react. Yep. I said how you respond to it. Yep. So that's where that vision of the perspective comes in. That's where you taking in as much information as possible and taking a moment, because in every situation, an emotion arises. What does that emotion even look like? Identify it and respond. All right. But you got to respond with the end goal in mind. Yeah. So, respond it over reaction will lead you to a better outcome every time. Sometimes it's just okay to sit back and take a deep breath, take it all in. Yeah. Good, bad, ugly, whatever, happy, sad, it doesn't matter. Just take it in and respond accordingly. You'll get better outcomes from that. Now, where can you find me? Hey, I'm Darrick Lamar everywhere, right? I'm Darrick Lamar everywhere. Facebook, Darrick Lamar. On Instagram, it's Darrick Lamar _ TikTok, Darrick Lamar _ I'm on LinkedIn, Darrick Lamar. I'm a behavioral strategist. I'm a motivational speaker, and I'm a published author. Make the shift. Emotional intelligence vibes only. Listen, this book right here, we hear the words emotional intelligence all the time now anyway, right? And who really knows what it is, though? I broke it down in this book. I broke down emotional intelligence so it's easy to absorb. I even put a workbook in the back of it so you can test, did you really pick up what I was putting down? And it's an easy read. Listen, young kings, I wrote this for Gen Z. So I'm talking to you in this book. I'm talking just like we talking right now.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the first 3 words of the book is "Yo, what's up?" I'm just saying, it's for you. It's for anybody that really wants to know what's going on with emotional intelligence and how can you address your emotions and respond to them accordingly. So I give you some strategies and all that in the book. You can find that on Amazon. It's Make the Shift, Emotional Intelligence Vibes Only.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah, appreciate that. Hey, definitely go copy it for sure. Man, that's good. Make the shift. Make the shift. Emotional intelligence vibes only. Darrick Lamar everywhere, y'all. Everywhere on any platform, man. Darrick Lamar. Go check my brother out. Again, man, I appreciate you, D. Man, appreciate you dropping the wisdom for sure.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.
I do want to say this last bit, y'all, and I'll be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the sponsor of the week, the one who actually allowed this episode to be brought to you today is none other than Startup Waco, man. For those that are in Waco, Texas, you know this is an organization that really believes in entrepreneurship, and they're going to help you take your vision to reality. And so, Startup Waco, thank you for being sponsor of the week, not just for this episode, but thank you for being sponsor of the week for our initiative, Hope for the Underdogs, where we're going into all the juvenile detention centers, all the youth correctional facilities throughout the state of Texas. We're not just speaking life into them, but we're leaving behind books like this. Today We Win When Tests Go Beyond the Classroom. Today We Win How Real Students Found Answers to Life's Tests, and so on and so forth. But we're leaving those books behind. Why? Because there's stories in there that these young kings and young queens are able to connect with. And we believe that if we can get them to connect to the stories, they can find a love for reading. That love for reading can turn into love for learning, and that can begin to shift the mindset and change the belief system. That way, when they get out, instead of it being half of them going right back in, that number drops drastically. And we have a way fewer going back into the juvenile detention center or into the justice system altogether. So without any further ado, I want to say again, thank you to Startup Waco for being sponsor of the week. And for all those that are tapped in, man, please, if you would, just in the comments, just drop respond. That's all I want to see. Just drop respond if you actually enjoyed tonight's session with Darrick Lamar, man. Drop respond. And other than that, remember this, you are a winner. I'm going to say that one more time, man. You are a winner, but winning is a choice. So whatever you do not quit. It's been Real Talk Tuesday with Coach D and Darrick Lamar. That's our time, guys. We're out.